Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? This is going to be a very interesting and controversial topic. But yeah, for clarity, this is not something that I came up with. This is something spoken from 607 Unc himself. Now, he's from St. Louis, just like I'm from St. Louis. So look at all my mom. So yeah, with that said though, no, he had an interesting point. So I'll bring up what he said first and then I'll go chime in. So he believes that yeah, a lot of these feminine out here are actually men on the inside. Let's hear what he has to say.
But I like women. I like goddess, right? I like that. But women, not the way they got them now. They got them programmed. They programmed them, and I don't like them. They ain't no good. Everybody out there, before you get one of them, you might as well fuck a man. Because them bitches masculine. They just like men. So you might as well bend over a man and fuck him. That's what I want. What's the difference? What's the difference? They all working a job. The bitches, they doing everything that you doing. So what's the motherfucking difference now? The bitch is the man now.
And just like that, that's what he has to say. So I find that very foretelling, very compelling. Because if you think about it as a man, when you have to go about dealing with a gal that basically is acting like a man, you might as well say you're dealing with another man. So that's why he was saying his conclusion was you might as well get with a man. Now, I'm not condoning such things. I speak as a heterosexual, but at the same time, I don't condemn because I don't judge nobody. So if that's your walk of life, that's your walk of life. Ironically, one can ask somebody that decided to no longer be heterosexual what was his reasons. He would say, hey, well, my partner that I have showed more feminine qualities than a lot of the feminine that are out here these days. So I think really for a lot of men, it goes against your nature to get with a girl that acts masculine. It should be a turnoff to you to deal with someone that's masculine. I don't care how beautiful you think she is. If there's any sign of masculinity in her or amongst her, you might as well think that that's low key a man on the inside. And that's not to say there is a man on the inside of her, but based on what 607 Unc said, he pretty much put it out there. So as he would also say, stop playing with me, gang. You're just kicking facts. So I want to bring up something I wanted to chime in on with this particular topic, though. And simply, there has been a lot of things that I've gathered that kind of support this notion of how, with some of the feminine, they actually prefer guys that communicate to them more like women. You know how, like, I guess with a lot of content out here, a guy, he wants a gal to be more on his program, basically be on the same page as far as communication, understanding, and getting along and things like that. But for a lot of gals that aren't trying to be a real woman in your life, she wants you to talk more like her, be on more of her program. So in essence, she's trying to wear the pants in that situation. She wants to be the more masculine one in that relation, if you will. So, and think about this. Here's the flip side of that, because there's been content out here telling guys, hey, if you really want game, you got to learn how to talk like women. You got to learn how to communicate like a woman. But if she wants you to communicate like a woman, don't that make her listening to you like as if she's a man? So think about that. I'd say as a man, you don't change up how you communicate as a man. She needs to be trying to more so understand where you're coming from as the woman that she is supposed to be in your life. And that's really what it is. That's where the true connection is. And as I like to say, the true connection is where you get the understanding. So he sees her for her femininity and she sees him for his masculinity. So when he's seeing her for her masculinity that shouldn't be there, well, that makes him sort of show this sense of femininity about him that shouldn't be there. A lot of guys basically have had to compromise their masculinity to be around a lot of the modern day feminine. And so it just goes about to where 607 Unc brought his perspective out as far as just the way a lot of gals are programmed nowadays to basically conduct themselves like men, do things like men and things like that. So even in the workplace, this gets affected in such a way. If I know they say don't crap where you eat, when it comes to trying to talk to a coworker, if a guy is interested in a gal that's like his coworker. Well, it's deeper than that because she sees herself on the same level as you work-wise. So in some ways, she sees you as underneath her, especially if she feels like she's more skilled at the same job description that you have as her. So it's like the only way she's even going to look up to you is if you were like her manager or her general manager, not as a coworker or a colleague. So this goes even deeper in many different ways. All I'm just trying to bring out and convey at this channel is one for one, if you will, because this is a one of one that I'm talking about right now, inspired by 607 Unc himself, right? Get with a woman. Make sure that she's ladylike. And I don't really like to say ladylike because it's like, no, she should be a lady. She shouldn't be ladylike. She should be a lady. So simply put, make sure she's a woman. Make sure she's a real lady in every single way for you to be a gentleman towards her. This goes for dates too, because these gals, they be expecting guys to take them out on these dates, especially, oh, I don't want to go to Applebee's. Take me to Ruth Chris. But she go there and she just picking out like a man, right? Don't matter where you take her out to eat, if you even decide to do that or not, right? But I'm just saying, like, when you take her out and she eating more than you, she eating like a man, she want to eat what men eat, and that's another conversation. Because to be honest, I believe that personally, women shouldn't eat the same things nor the same amount that men eat. But you go to a lot of places, you see that, man, she eating a lot more than that man is that she's with. And don't let me get started about my college days when you walk past some of these dorms and these gals' restrooms smell worse than a guy's restroom. I'm going to just leave it at that. That's what 607 Unc was alluding to in some ways as far as these manly type of chicks. It's a turnoff. It should be avoided, especially if you heterosexual, like you want a woman. You want a woman inside and out. Thanks a million.